So I'm here getting ready for bed, and I'm recollecting a conversation I had earlier today with a coworker and how I really changed my life and how I unintentionally got ready for the problems that I was going to have that I didn't know I was going to have. And, I've talked a lot about nursing school and how that changed me, and I was already on a path of change. I've constantly tried to refine myself and refine my mentality throughout life, but I really took a focused dedication to it during nursing school because I found my mental weaknesses, and it was a really big accomplishment that was really, really hard and difficult, but I wasn't going to let it get the best of me, and I had to learn how to do that. And it was a challenge that I had never met before in my life, and that was my second degree. It's not school, it's specifically nursing school. From my own experience, that was a very different experience than school I had experienced before. And I started seeking out tools and resources and things to practice, not just motivate me, not like a little catchy saying, but something to actually change the way I think. And it changed, when I changed the way I thought, I changed who I was. And once you do that, you can't look back. You can't go back to that person like, oh, poor me, or complain about something or whatever. I had some habits that I didn't know how to change before. It's not that I didn't realize I had them, I just didn't know how to change them. And once I had the tools that I needed to change my mind, I changed who I was. And now I can't look back. It's really, really hard. So when I was going through colitis, which was worse than going through cancer, I know that's going to sound very surprising, but colitis was way worse than cancer. And it's because I was like literally laid out on the floor in pain, unable to eat for months, and going to the bathroom, 12 times a day, and throwing up to 9 times a day. And even when I would eat just broth and rice, I'd throw up, or it would come out. It just, headaches, joints. My joints were aching. Like, I was miserable. But the practice that I had done during nursing school was there to help me get through it. And I went through that terrible experience with colitis, and then cancer wasn't as bad because I had my mind all set and I had already experienced something worse. I know that cancer is a bigger threat in my life, but the physical experience of it was not as bad because I had gone through colitis already. And something that came up today, going back to why I'm even talking about this, is when I was going through nursing school, what I realized was that I had weaknesses in my thoughts where I could choose to complain and be disappointed and etc. And it's not that I'm not disappointed now. I am disappointed in some things today, not today specifically, but just in my life these days. I do get disappointed, but the difference is that I can turn it around. So what I would do during nursing school is I would intentionally seek out the hardest thing that I could probably do that would make me incredibly uncomfortable. And I would just, so for example, like I didn't know what I was doing half the time, and I would raise my hand to volunteer. And that to me was incredibly hard because I was a recovering perfectionist, and perfectionists feel a lot of shame when they don't know what they're doing or when they feel judged. And so publicly failing was very shameful, and I would do it on purpose. I would just do it because I needed to get over it, because if I was going to fail, I might as well choose to do it. It might as well be my choice to go through that tough time as opposed to trying to resist it, not letting it happen, and then I don't grow. So if I'm going to fail and I'm going to mess up or whatever you want to say, I'm going to choose it and I'm going to grow from it. I'm going to look at this discomfort. Like, why? I started looking at things like, why does this make me uncomfortable? Why does this hurt so much? What is going on? And these are feeling things. These are not logical things. We're feeling beings. These are feeling things. Men, women, everybody feels this. And so I sit there and I go, why am I uncomfortable? Why am I feeling this way? Oh, I have to grow in this area. I'm being impatient. I'm impatient with this situation. Okay, well, I need to put myself in situations where I need to learn patience under pressure. And so then I chose a job that made me learn patience under pressure. I chose a job where I had to deal with difficult people on a multiple basis. What that did was it gave me skills to be flexible so that if I was in any situation at any time, I could make the most of the situation. I could make choices as opposed to letting the world happen to me. I could choose it. And I could choose the way I interact in a difficult situation. And that's what I did to not to harden my mind, but to open my mind. It wasn't even about making it hard. It was about opening it to where things aren't so bad. It's not a failure. It's just an opportunity. It's not, the only reason I'm uncomfortable is because I need to grow. And growth isn't a bad thing. Growth's a good thing. So it's like I took all of these things that were just rattling around inside my body because I could feel the physical discomfort and that would rattle around inside my mind of, it's where the discomfort was stemming from, and I could change it, and I did. And so when cancer happened, I had my moments of breaking down and crying. I've shared them with you, as I'm not made of steel. I'm a person, and I feel and I break down just like anybody else. But the difference is for me is the resiliency, the bounce back, the recovery from it. So I have my moments, and then I go, okay, this is making me uncomfortable. Well, what is it? I'm afraid for my life. Well, yeah, but you were always going to die, and you never knew when. So there's nothing new, and it just makes it less scary. I 100% fact, you're going to die. I'm going to die. We're all going to die. And knowing that actually brought me a lot of peace, as I've said before. What else is scaring me? Oh, how is this going to affect my relationship with my spouse? Oh, man. Well, why am I going to sit here and worry about it? Why don't I just talk to my spouse about it? Or how is this going to affect, my work? Well, now you get to do work that you love that's not as hard as it used to be and with great people. Oh, okay, I'll take that. You're making just as much, maybe even more money than you were before. All right, well, I'll take that too. So it's just everything that you think is terrible, bad, rattling, it's really not. It's there to help you. It's there to help you grow. It's there to make you a stronger individual, a wiser individual, a more open-minded individual. You need to take those discomforts and examine them. And that's what I did. And I did it on purpose. And I wasn't good at it at first. And it was really uncomfortable at first. But now it's much better. And so now I get into these situations and I'm just like, oh, okay, well, I can pretty much deal with anything. And things that, used to seem so terrible, they just aren't anymore. And I don't know a single person on the planet that doesn't want that. That wants to just go through life and go, all right, and be content. So that was the conversation I had today with one of my coworkers, and I just wanted to share that with you guys because the opportunity is there. There's nothing special about me. The only thing that might be special is my work ethic, and that I intentionally tried to make these things happen. I intentionally put myself into uncomfortable situations so that I can grow. And I would recommend that you do the same so that you can have a lot of peace and freedom that I have. It's available to you. There's nothing special here. You're just as capable and gifted as I am, and I hope that you seize that opportunity. Take care.